RC fans out there. Alright, we got another video today. This one is going to be about tips and my suggestions for what to do with the RC car. So we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tips and 3 suggestions. So let's get right into it. So, I don't know if y'all have this problem, but if you've ever took your RC car on the mud or anything that has standing water in it, you're usually going to get water in your tires if you don't plug them. And by plug them is what I mean. Alright, so what I mean by plug is if you have tires with breathing holes in them right there, that little hole, that allows the tire to flex more. And if you're going to be running in water or mud, I don't suggest that, because what will happen is this. That's water from the tire. Some nasty water. And you do not want that in your tire. This will mess up your tires so quick. Your RC car is going to smell. Ooh, it's going to be bad. So just make sure to plug them. And if you forget, just go to your toilet, sink, or anything, and you're going to grab the tire and press as hard as you can and get as much water out as you can. See, like, I just barely squeezed it, and that's a good amount of water. So let's clean this up and move on to the next tip. So guys, the next tip is, if you happen to do go running your RC car, truck, whatever it is, in water, and it doesn't have a high enough wheelbase to stay out of the water, it will get in your motor. And your motor most likely is going to get messed up. Like this one, you can see all the mud on it. The muddy, murky water. But if there is any sliver of a chance that you're going to save it, you're going to want to take an air compressor and the little nozzle that sprays the air out. You're going to want to put it in there and try to air out this thing as best as you can. And wherever it is, you're going to want to get in here and all on this side. Or you'll end up like this one and the slash over there, and you're going to have to buy a new motor. Luckily, this is stock motor, not that expensive, so that is good. So, I think that's it for the motor tip. So let's move on to tip number 3. Alright guys, tip number 3. Tip number 3 is to clean your RC car. Now, to some people it might sound obvious, to others it might not. Now, whether or not, there's a couple of different ways you could clean. Like, if you know the next day for sure, or in a couple hours, you're going to take it back out in the mud or water, I don't completely suggest to clean it, but only if you have an air compressor. Because, like, yesterday and today, we took them out. We knew the first day that we were going to be out there second day, so we didn't completely clean it. So, I mean, it doesn't look that dirty. And it was way dirtier. And that's because the air compressor. Now what all the air compressor is going to do is, if it's mostly water, it's going to push all the water off the RC car or truck, whatever it is. So if you have air compressor, you're going to want to start from the top on here, right? Get it all out the tray next, and then like all up here too, and get it all like in these little cracks and on here and anywhere back here. And you're going to move the next level down in here in the arms, all like make sure you get in there, like in the motor, around the motor a second time, because you're going to want to make sure to clean the motor, right? And then all in here, all on the other side. If you feel like taking this plate off, do so. And then just like lightly kind of at an angle get it out, or it'd be kind of better if you took a towel and like get it off the bottom so you're for sure good. And then the next day or the next couple hours, go back out there and have some more fun. And the only reason you want to do that is because, as you can see, one time, I ain't gonna say, but whoever took it out did not do a good job of airing it off. And what will happen is you're gonna get rust right there, and everything that holds water that's metal, you're gonna get rust in it, and we don't want that. So tip number, what is this, 4? Tip number 4 is after or before you use or you clean your RC car, make sure there's no broken parts. Now I'm talking about from the arms to bolts that are loose, anything, a cracked rim, any loose fittings like this, like anything out of the ordinary that doesn't look normal, or you can tell it's broken, you're going to want to fix it. Now I understand, let's not get completely messy and get in the transmission like, oh, that's okay. We don't want to do that, because usually you can tell by just listening to it to see what's wrong, or if it's in this. I mean, I wouldn't open this up and check, or in the steering turbo up here. No, for me it's completely fine. I'm just gonna do what I can see. Okay, and tip number 5 is LiPo mode. Make sure if you run LiPo batteries that you put it in LiPo mode, because if you don't put your battery in LiPo mode, it's going to puff up the battery, and there's a good chance if you use it often, it's going to catch fire, and then you don't have an RC car to run, which is not fun at all. So just make sure to put your truck or car in LiPo mode. Now with this one, this is like just the stock Traxxas one that they use. It's the XL5 ESC. I'm going to show you how to program it to LiPo mode. So basically the only thing you want to look out for is once you turn it on. You're going to turn it on, it's going to flash green. Wherever, here's my controller. Once you turn your controller on, it's going to turn red. That means it's not in LiPo mode. Any battery can run this thing. Now, once it's on, what you're going to want to do is hold the button down for approximately 10 seconds. So let's do that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, approximately 10 seconds. Now, if you heard the motor, it went ting ting. That tells you that it's in LiPo mode. And basically LiPo mode, make sure that you don't mess up your battery So once you get down to low voltage, it won't mess it up, and it's going to save you from buying a brand new battery that you just spent a whole bunch of money on. And LiPo is still going to work. Any other battery like nickel, it will not work. You have to take it out of LiPo mode like I'm going to do right now. And as you see, it was green. It's going to turn back to red. Come on. Come on. There we go. Back to regular mode. Alright, I should turn that off. It'll be okay. Alright, for the next one. That is all the tips. Now, on suggestions. My first suggestion is to get a RC lift. Now, some people might have a different name for it. Stand, lift, whatever. This is what you're going to be looking for. Right here. It's going to have this little cubby. And it's just going to look like this. Now what this allows you to do is you can stick your RC card on there. And you can go as far as you want, anywhere you want. Now I don't want to mess up anything. So I'm just going to move it back and forth a little. And I know some people, what they do is whatever part they're working on, they'll take a tire off and prop the tire under it like this. Alright, I don't know if you can see, but I took this tire that was right here and stuck it under it. Maybe if I move it, yeah, there you go. There's a tire. That's what some people do. I just got this because it's just more convenient. But yeah, either way, it's great. I just suggest the stand, lift, whatever you want to call it. Alright, next suggestion. Now, either get like a pad, like a rubber pad to put underneath wherever you're working, or a towel, rag, or something like a pan, so when parts fall, you don't lose them as easily. Now I used to have a pad, but it got tore up, so I clearly don't have one, but I will be getting one very soon, so y'all should see that in the next couple of videos whenever I get it. So that'll be pretty cool, and it's going to have the Lawn RC Raceway, my local hobby shop that I get all my parts from. Alright, so the next one, in the very last one, but certainly not the least one, it's getting a working stand or a toolbox. Now, what I mean by working stand is something like this. Now, if you go, it was a long time ago, but I made a video of my RC setup. I'll leave a link in the description, and it shows you what all I have set up in the drawers, everything. Now, it's basically just all spread out, more organized, like in the drawers, everything. Everything has a purpose on this, and I use it. So that's good, but if you can't find anything like this, what I suggest is either getting a toolbox or a fishing tackle box. This is a fishing tackle box. This is what I first used. Now, believe it or not, some of y'all might not believe me, but some of you will. Everything over here, all of this, and then in this drawer it's tires, but in this drawer it's rags and certain items. I could fit 3 rags, all of this up here, batteries, and the old stickers that they come with. I could fit all that, and all of these spare parts in there. I mean, you don't think you have that much until you get something like this, and you realize you have a lot. Now this still has all of my RC parts in it from when I first was getting into the hobby. It has an old broken motor so I could show people what's making the noise. Everything in it is tore apart. My springs, the shocks, an arm, all these little things that come in handy. Most of these are like plastic parts, spacers, just random odd things. The clips, really anything. All of that fit in these shelves and down here. So I just figured I'd share that with y'all. I'm sure y'all have something to put your stuff in, but if not, just go get you a fishing tackle box or a toolbox. Or if you want to go crazy, go and test something like I have. And I think that's it, guys. I'm sorry if I seem a little quiet. It's just really, really late at night. I don't want to wake anybody up in my house. Like something like that. I don't want that to happen. Because we gotta get up early in the morning and go some places. So yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. That is it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope these tips and suggestions helped y'all, or helps you in the future. And that is it, guys. So be on the lookout for hooking up and doing all this with the motor. That should be the next video or the video after, not for sure yet. But that's coming up for Stampede and the Slash. So just keep a lookout for that video. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace.